But you know who is welcome on episode part 26 of Huffle and Stuff Retrospective Mass Effect. It's you guys, the audience. Why won't the elevator come down? Oh, there it is. Oh, we're so close. Can you feel it, Mr. Krabs? Can you feel it, Mr. Krabs? Can you feel it, Mr. Krabs? I'm feeling like it's a little barnacle head. Anyways, we're back.
It's
Super back.
For all their great achievements, the Protheans lost everything, just like my people.
Yeah.
Even their last plan failed.
Yeah, even that.
It falls to us to make the most of it, so I suggest we hurry.
So yes, we can make sure that their sacrifice was not in vain, even though Super was, and they're all dead now. Whee! So I've always really liked this last part of the Mako run. It's pretty linear, but I find it fairly enjoyable. Bazow! Whee! Ooh, watch out, a little tight turn here. You know, I don't know if the Protheans had any type of vehicles. That's not something that's really ever explored in the series. Ow. Bounce. Bounce with me, bounce. Yeah, it's not something that's really ever explored. In all honesty. We don't really know if they have any type of flying. Probably had ships, spaceships of some kind, because they had a galaxy-wide civilization. Whee! Can shoot one from here? Just lined up. No. Not the end. Guess not. Bazow! All these Geth that are just here to die. Don't you just love it when the bad guy sets up a bunch of minions to just slow you down? And he knows they're just gonna slow you down. They're not gonna do anything else. Oh no, Mr. Colossus! It's you again! Oh, jeez, that actually. Oh, jeez. Alright, okay. Mr. Colossus, I'm so sorry about your brothers and your sisters and your fathers and your mothers. Oh, what have I done, Mr. Colossus? Oh, no! No, think of the children. The soft, vulnerable children who never see Christmas morning. Think of tiny Colossus. Tiny Colossus on Christmas morning. He's got no legs, Mr. Colossus. Bah humbug, Gabe. I'll never give those kids their presents. Oh, Mr. Colossus, you never get visited by the ghosts of past, present, and future. By the robots. No, rethink it, please. Oh, no. Christmas is ruined. And it barely even began when you think about it. I had to get one more in there. I don't even think there's gonna be more Colossuses after that. I had to do it one last time. I don't think they're gonna be any more. I think they're all dead now. There might be like one more, but I don't think you ever even fight a Colossus on foot. There might have been. Was that one on Therum with Liara a Colossus, or was it an Armature? We don't typically fight Colossus on foot. I don't think we do, at least. Ah, crap! I literally ate all three of them. What's that rocket doing? Boop. I wanna shoot, baby. I've been thinking about it, and I'm gonna talk about it more whenever I do a playthrough of Mass Effect 2, which honestly I'm gonna save. I'm not gonna do it for a while. I'm probably gonna finish Outlast 2. Try some other projects I want to do on in the meantime with videos. Diversify my output a little bit before I commit to doing like a series again. Yeah, honestly, I'd like to just take a break from doing a long run Let's Play like this. Kind of consolidate what I already have. But if I ever do, I do want to talk about the idea of Shepard not being the main character after the first game. Because someone raised the idea. Yes, cut the engines.
It's incredible.
That is really cool, actually. Someone presented the idea on a forum recently about, you know, Mass Effect 2 and 3 shouldn't even have been about the Reapers. It should have just been about the galactic squabbles that plague the galaxy, and then maybe Reaper artifacts that muddy up the issue every once in a while. And I'm like, that's not a bad idea, in all honesty. Because nothing really great gets done with the Reapers after the first game. You really could just make the game about anything else. Just for fun. And the Mass Effect 2 would be a much better game if it was just about weird nonsense. Rather than the Reaper threat again, they do nothing. This fight is cool though. This fight is, apparently the codex for Mass Effect 1 states that space battles are usually from very far away and very slow. this fast-paced battle where ships are diving in and out
Defenses sealed.
breaks actively the codex and lore of its own game, but it does it more for the action purposes. And this series does that a lot, where it breaks its rules in order to look more cool. It's not the worst thing in the world, quite honestly.
Do you come?
It's a tough thing to balance your sci-fi with the ability to present it as interesting. So it's a concession that, like, among others, it's fine. This is cool, though. I don't really know what it is, but it's... Oh, no! It's a whole family of colossi. Whatever shall I do except drive past them? You really just drive past them. You'll never kill them all fast enough. They're like 40 seconds. If you think you can do it, by all means, go ahead. But like I always get through this with like my shields down, so yeah. See, my shields are down. Whoop! And you just drive right into it. See, that's the one moment where the Mako could be faster and it'd be a much cooler moment. Like the Nomad sequence at the end of Andromeda is fun. But there's no actions. You're just literally watching set pieces go by.
Across all monitored systems.
It's not like it's a racing game either.
Emergency
Oh, but what I was saying about, yeah, there was an idea presented that Mass Effect 1 could have been about the Reapers, and then 2 and 3 could have just been about other stuff with, like, maybe some indoctrination devices in the background, muddying things up. And I'm like, that's a really interesting idea, actually. That's not a bad idea, and it allows you to leave the mystery of the Reapers up for grabs. Because it's like, oh, that's a problem we'll solve later on when we have to deal with it. It's not a bad idea, all in all, to be honest. And we are on the Citadel. Woo! Medical kit. So look! The monument! That's where it was. It actually was Prothean architecture. I actually think it's a really nice detail. You might have heard some of the characters walking by it before, and look, all the lights aren't working, and all the environmental effects aren't working. But some of the characters comment that the relay seems like it's active or it's doing something. Caden himself mentions that like his teeth chatter because he can feel the biotics in it or something like that. And I'm like, that's a really neat touch. That's a really cool kind of like, not a plot twist, but like an interesting thing, foreshadowing, that someone had in mind from the beginning. It's a really cool idea.
emergency evacuation.
Avina, how's it going, girl?
The Presidium is experiencing
How you? Oh, you're not doing so hot, girl.
malfunctions across the entire level.
Girl, you gotta get that programming checked out.
Emergency personnel must evacuate immediately.
Yeah, what's up?
Give me a rundown of the damage.
We have lost all primary power to the level.
Alexis, tell me what's wrong. Why is everything on fire?
Class 3 fires are burning in sectors 2, 3, 6, and 7. Civilian casualties are high. I am also detecting numerous unauthorized synthetic life forms throughout.
Oh no.
They are believed to be hostile.
Oh no.
With caution.
Alright. Where is the council?
What happened to the
I am a Spectre, so it's kind of my job.
In accordance with standard emergency procedures, the council has been evacuated.
Oh, so they've been evacuated. That's good.
Ascension.
Is anyone else alive?
What about Captain Anderson and Ambassador Udina? What happened to them?
I have no information on the status of specific.
I see.
Once the current crisis has been resolved,
It's a shame.
complete
Saren, how about him? My best friend.
and survivors will begin.
Where's Saren?
You ever know who my best buddy Saren is?
Former Spectre agent Saren Arturius is nearing the vicinity of
Ah.
the council chamber.
Alright, I'll go through there.
Warrant has been issued for his arrest. Those Citadel security
Gosh, shut off the siren.
at this time.
Come on. We need to stop Saren before it's too late.
So we can't actually explore too much of this area. You can see a lot of stuff in the distance. This place being on fire, dude. If they could have done a level like this in Mass Effect 3 but bigger, with the Citadel being like this huge war-torn area, oh, it would have been awesome. In Mass Effect 3, they do have a level where the Citadel is attacked, but it's nowhere near as like cool as this tone right here, where everything's dark and black and on fire. Like the environmental effects in Mass Effect 3 still work during the fight, so it's nowhere near as cool. Nowhere near. Nowhere near. Anyways, you guys just have. Oh yeah, they don't have any dialogue here. That's fine. Oh, it's a wall. So up to the council chambers. Look, an elevator ride. I'm sure this one will be fine. Oh, Xbox 360 era games. Constantly loading in textures. I'm playing Army of Two right now because it's free on Xbox Live, dating the video right now. But, man, those textures love loading in. It's like a lover That's just like they pretend to not be dressed or undressed by accident when you walk in, and they're just like, ooh, I didn't see you there. You caught me unaware and
Inside the arm.
all exposed. Anyways, what are we doing? Oh, that's the Tyrian ship design. Yeah, the Tyrian ship designs have this kind of they all have that V shape. You have that angled back shape. I think it kind of reminds me of their facial structure. It's a neat design. It's always cool to think about every facet of your sci-fi culture's like infrastructure in terms of ships, suit design, and how that all works. Like obviously the Tyrians helmets have the head fringes accounted for, obviously. But it's always fascinating to think how deep someone goes into that stuff. And this is cool. So the arms almost never close in the Citadel. It's so graceful. The Citadel is one of those places that when you look at it from outside the Citadel, you think, how can that be a city when it's on all these different angles and axes? Like the Presidium is right. You saw the shot of Presidium earlier, and it's just a circular ring, and it's the same way the Halo rings work. And it's so interesting to watch it that the gravity maintains itself, and you have that sense of the world, even though it's not like an Earth-like shape. It's not a sphere, basically.
Lock the elevator. Suit up. We're going outside.
No, but the elevator ride. This is probably one of the best levels in all of Mass Effect, just because this moment right here. I just think it's so cool. Normally levels like this give me a sense of vertigo. Like Titanfall 2 has a level like this, and oh god, it makes me like want to close my eyes. I can't do it. But this one is, I'm not really familiar with the design of this, so it doesn't matter what it really looks like. It's an elevator shaft. It's really easy not to have to think about it. So let's do it. And you can see Sovereign in the background. Oh, it's such a cool shot. See, this is why Mass Effect doesn't need boss fights. Just have really cool set pieces. You do not need boss fights, I'm telling you. Oh, and other elevators are all disembarking. Yeah, oh, this is like the first time I'm marking out in the entire playthrough. Just because everything about this is so neat. And of course I'm stomping it because it's, what are we on, normal? It's fine. I have all the endgame stuff. No big deal. NBD. Come on. I'm not playing very tactically. I'm thinking about switching on my class in Mass Effect 2. Not by too much, but I kind of want to give it a shot, to be honest. Especially since you're not armor restricted in the other games after Mass Effect 1. And we're actually getting closer. I love it. I love the sense of scale in this fight. It's so great. It's so great. They have hardly ever really mimicked this. Do I have? No, I don't. Do me a favor, damp him so he doesn't do any weird. Like that. Okay, we got him in time. Oh yeah, and that's great. If you have biotics here, oh, you're a winner. I feel bad about not showing off the biotics in the game because there's. Oh, I showed them off a little bit with Hayden and Yara, but honestly, dude, I might just switch to biotics in the next game just so I can get you a picture of the physics of how they feel. Because I'm playing the equivalent of what's a rogue in this game. Like, it's a tech-minded character that just go, fly. Oh, I like when they fly away. Come on, go. Yeah! It's just Ragdoll City. Wait for it. Yeah! Oh, it's so great. Go, be free. Oh, it's so great. I just love the way this feels, quite honestly. Once the game's learning curve is over and its equipment curve is over, oh, this just feels great. I love it so much. It's great. So, and look how close we are. I love that sense of scale, man. It's dope. And I don't use the word dope very often. I'll use this guy. Oh, who's this? Get him. Yeah. Oh, look, he's still coming though. Oh, it's so close. Oh, whoops. Whee! I feel like that was somewhat unintentional. But like, it's intentional, but I don't think they meant it to come across as comedic. Oh, the Geth ship! So you can open up this defense turret, set it to active. This one is optional. It's only you have the proper equipment to do it. So I'm gonna do it. It's gonna be the last hacks in the game, so I'll do it. Okay. Sweet. And then this one also you can just hit A. So I usually do all three. I don't know. I think this is a good place to get a lot of experience, to be honest, because these guys just like infinitely spawn for a while, for as long as the ship is up, and then your turrets fire at the ship while you take care of the ground forces. Man, it's just, I love that you can have all these factors going on. I wish the Mass Effect games had more stuff like this where you could infect the environment around you, because this is really like. Because the games had talked a lot about like, oh, affect the environment around you as a biotic, as a tech guy. As a tech person, this is the best you could do. And it's weird because KOTOR solved this problem. KOTOR, if you had enough investment in certain skill points, you could like build, like you could repair robots or overload schematics in certain areas of the map to just like blow up enemies from afar. You had a lot of options depending on what class you were or what skills you prioritize. Oh shit. About what skills you prioritize. So like I feel like I feel like they just kind of went down from what they already knew. Oh nice. And I leveled up. So yeah, it feels weird. Like I mean I'm assuming the same team didn't also work on this, but still would have been interesting to look at. Don't need to do this anymore, but why not? You know, we're here. Get used to it. So I'm at level 54. I'm not even. God, I don't want to. Now I'm stuck here. I'm sorry. It wouldn't, you know what? It wouldn't be one of my videos unless this happened, right? This is all really great endgame stuff, by the way. It's all great. Okay. Oh, look, we're so close. It's like right above us. Shit. Shit. Got him. Oh, I just love how it disappears. But yeah, it's weird. There's so many previous Bioware games, and this isn't a problem that's isolated to Bioware. A lot of games have these problems where like they reinvent problems they already solved. The biggest one I can think of is Demon Souls has a way in which the person who helps level you up in the game says like a line of lore text that they explain to you, and they say it in the background of you leveling up so it doesn't slow you down. And then in Dark Souls 2, for some reason, like I know I think it was a different like side of the development team that made Dark Souls 2, but like for some reason like they have the NPC who levels you up like say her whole speech before you even get to level up, just do it in the background. And then DS3 has the same problem. Like I don't know why they don't just learn from certain things in their history. It just baffles me sometimes. Just baffles me. Like why not? Like biotics are pretty self-explanatory. It's crowd control abilities, but tech, it's just like why can't I hack more things in the environment? And as the games progress, Mass Effect 2, 3, the abilities do get more variety. The Mass Effect 3 multiplayer abilities are great, but they're only used in multiplayer, obviously. And Andromeda has a pretty good set of abilities. It's just, I'm not really a fan of like the free-range class system that Skyrim and Andromeda both have. It's just like, oh, you're every class. Just pick any abilities you want to use. Like, I'd rather have a focus class. Not that I don't appreciate being able to try out everything, but I find my experience is a lot more... works a lot better when I have to make choices. Because now if I play Andromeda again, it's just like, oh, I'll just pick some other abilities, but I found all the abilities I already like. Like I don't have to pick all these new abilities. I found the ones that are perfect for me, and I'm not going to deviate from them. And then likewise in Skyrim, it's just like I just like the same abilities all the time. Like I roleplay as the same type of character. Like I could roleplay as a different character, but there are certain skills that are utility based at the end of the day. Whereas in this game, it's like, oh, I played as an infiltrator and I got all these tech and sniper rifle abilities, but I didn't try biotics. So I'll do that and maybe roleplay a little bit differently based on biotics, because biotics are part of your kind of background and how people view biotics in society. Andromeda, no one really comments on biotics, even though Korra talks about them all the time. Like no one really. Biotic oppression is something that kind of goes away, which makes sense in a social idea. Like, you know, these wartime soldiers would garner more respect from citizens, especially different aliens that are already comfortable with biotics. But it's kind of glossed over in Mass Effect 2 and 3. It's not really as big an issue as it is in Mass Effect 4. Other issues take a lot more priority, like AI and genophage stuff, which is more important and has longer history. But I don't know. It would have been interesting to see the continuation of biotic struggles in society. Hey, Saren. Yo, what's up? Oh, where'd he go? Hello? Did you see him, Garrus? I love Shepard's green eyes. As female Shepard, male Shepard has blue eyes. I just love that little detail about her default state. Love it.
I was afraid you wouldn't make it in time, Shepard.
I was a little busy. I love banter.
Wipe out a few hundred of your followers along the way. Sorry if I kept you waiting.
You've lost. You know that, don't you? In a few minutes,
Not if I shoot you in the head.
all the citizens
That'll definitely slow down your plans.
open. The Reapers will return.
I can fuck him up.
I've still got a few tricks up my sleeve.
You survived our encounter on Vermeer, but I've changed since then. Improved. Sovereign has upgraded me.
What the fuck did you do, you idiot?
You let Sovereign implant you? Are you insane?
I suppose I should thank you, Shepard. After Vermeer, I couldn't stop thinking about what you said.
Man, I love this. I love that Saren thinks about his problems.
About indoctrination.
Like, he's seriously considering every step he takes, and he shares those ideas with us.
Sovereign sensed my hesitation. I was implanted to strengthen my resolve. Now my doubts are gone.
Saren's one of the probably
I
best
believe
villains
Sovereign
Mass Effect has
completely.
had.
I understand that the Reapers
Way better than the Elusive Man.
organics. Join us, and Sovereign will find.
No, that sounds like the indoctrination talking, man.
Sovereign's controlling you through your implants. Don't you see that?
The relationship is symbiotic, organic. and
No,
machine
no, you sound like a stupid person now.
flesh and steel. The strengths of both, the weaknesses of neither. I am a vision of the future. Shepard.
So he's drank the Kool-Aid. This is him drinking the Kool-Aid now.
Life. This is our destiny.
He took it all down in one. He took the whole punch bowl in one gulp. And so, you know, you can either convince him as a Paragon that, like, oh, we can do it together, or no, they'll fuck you over. You're just an idiot. And right now we only have these options, so we'll go with this.
Sovereign hasn't won yet. I can stop it from taking control of the station. Step aside and the invasion will never happen.
We can't stop it. Not forever. You saw the visions. You saw what happened to the Protheans. The Reapers are too powerful.
Come on, man. You're better than this. You're supposed to be a badass Spectre.
Some part of you must still realize this is wrong.
You're a smart guy. Come on.
Maybe you're right. Maybe there is still a
Like, you have to realize that they only got this far because of you.
The implants. Sovereign is too strong.
That's his whiny bitch pose.
Sorry. It is too late for me.
Hey, hey. It's not too late.
It's not over yet. You can still redeem yourself.
You can still do the right thing.
Goodbye, Shepard. Thank you.
Fuck yeah. I played my first playthrough of the game. I fought like this was a boss fight because I didn't charm him. I couldn't do anything properly, and then I found out you can just make him shoot himself. What a Deus Ex boss fight! Just all dialogue. Isn't that great? You just make the villains shoot themselves by convincing them they're wrong. Like, he was brainwashed. Don't get me wrong, but isn't that great? I can convince him to do that. The Renegade version is really good too because it's like there's still one way out if you got the balls to do it. And he does it. He's pretty happy about it.
Vigil's data file worked. I've got control of all systems.
Can we turn on the sprinkler system, for fuck's sake?
Maybe the fleet can take Sovereign down.
See if you can open a communications channel.
So in every Paragon Renegade decision, any big one, usually whoever's with you will take one side, and the other person will take the other side. I'm curious who's going to take whose.
The council is on
Let's find out.
The council is on board. Normandy to the Citadel. Normandy to the Citadel. Please tell me that's you, Commander.
Yeah, it's me.
You were expecting someone else?
You expecting maybe the Easter Bunny?
Commander. I'm sitting here in the Andurra sector with the entire Arcturus.
Oh good, he followed us here.
Save the Ascension. Just unlock the relays around the Citadel and we'll send the cavalry in.
Oh good.
Are you sure about this, Shepard? Human casualties will be very
So,
high.
okay, Tally's arguing for Renegade.
This is bigger than humanity. Sovereign's a threat to every organic species in the galaxy.
True, That's why you can't waste reinforcements trying to save the Council. You must hold them back until the Citadel arms open up and the human fleet can go after Sovereign.
What's the order, Commander? Come in now to save the Ascension, or hold back?
Okay, so the neutral one is basically just the Renegade one. The decision here is to Paragon Renegade is to save the Council and the rest of the fleet. The Citadel fleet, not just the Council. So keep that in mind. Or wait until Sovereign is vulnerable and we can get the arms open, then swoop in and destroy it afterwards. A lot of choices in Mass Effect 1 are kind of just there just because they're choices, and they're there to allow you to do what you want in the galaxy. This is a somewhat tactical decision, but I kind of see it as being a non-issue. Like, just come in now, save people. If you're gonna help, come help. Like, I don't see the point in, like, yeah, you could wait back. Basically, the difference is, do you sacrifice some human lives to save the Citadel fleet, or do you minimize human casualties by coming in at the last second and striking a critical hit on Sovereign? That's basically what it is. You get what you want either way, but I agree with Garrus. This is bigger than just our losses. We're here to show the galaxy that we're a combined effort. We gotta save whoever we can. You know, this is a combined effort, and I'm sure there might be a tactical advantage in waiting it out until Sovereign is vulnerable. I'd rather save the Council. The thinking in this game just aligns more with Paragon, although there are and I mean my thinking in the game. But there are moments where I'm a little bit more Renegade. Those moments become a little bit more frequent in the next games following up.
Opening the relays now, Joker. We need to save the Ascension no matter what the cost.
Well, I'm not here to save just the Council. I'm here to save the Citadel fleet as well.
This.
Alliance ships, move in. Save the Destiny Ascension.
And what this choice usually affects in the later sequences is whether or not you have the old Council still alive, or the new Council has to be picked because the old Council is dead. And I think it often interprets how humans are viewed in the galaxy. Like, oh, did we prove that we're part of the society and we helped out? Or did we were crazy opportunists and did things on our own and kind of sacrificed others? I prefer this first interpretation.
Destiny Ascension.
It's definitely more idealistic, but
We're all clear.
I just prefer it.
All ships move in.
And for this Shepard's character, obviously, it's just like she views herself as part of the galactic community, more of a Spectre than a human, and more than a soldier. And there's more freedom as being a Spectre anyways, so I prefer this. I like this scene too.
Make sure he's dead.
Yeah. Go make sure. Is it gonna be Tali? Oh, I think it's Garrus. Let's find out who does it. I hope it's Garrus. Yeah, it's Garrus. Yes. He might have still been alive. I don't know, man. But he looked like he was still kicking.
He's dead.
But is he though? Oh, those implants, man. Those silicone implants. Ah, fuck. My arm is broken. No. Alright, come on, Red Power Rangers. Let's get him. Fuck. So, he's turned into now one of the most annoying enemies in the game. A Geth Hopper. Aren't you all happy about that? I know I am. The most annoying enemy in the game. Look at him go. Paragon 28, as if I needed more points. Where is he? Oh, shit. Alright, pop him. Pop him. I like when you call me Big Papa. Alright, sabotage him. He damped me? Yeah. He has a laser tech ability right now. where basically he shoots you with sabotage or damping or overload from a distance, and it's like a precision target, laser target. Really annoying. Let's get him with some damaging attacks. I'll throw in my 2 cents. They stall him for a little bit. I don't think biotics really grab him, as far as I remember. So we're doing some damage. Not crazy amounts. He has a lot of health. As long as you move around a lot, you're pretty much okay. So Sovereign at this point, probably gonna fight back. God, we are firing on all cylinders.
Sovereign's too strong. We have to pull back.
Pull back to where? Fuck no.
Negative. This is our only chance. Take that monster down no matter what the cost.
Where'd he go? Oh, there he is. So he's down to like half health. We gotta pop his shields again, though. So everyone just pop his shields. I find pausing and shooting helps a lot. Where'd he go? Oh. Pausing and shooting just helps me reorient because he moves so fast. So you can see why I prefer fighting with Sovereign in the background, like getting closer and closer, because this is just silly. Like, it's fine, but it's pretty fucking silly. There he is. There he is. I need him to shoot the big rocket again, because that's when he stays still the most. Oh, he's gonna move. No, is he? I guess he didn't. There he goes. There he goes. There you go. Okay. Alright, now just whittle away at his health. That's the only time you're gonna get interrupted for the fight, so you're fine. As long as you just hit him before his shields come back, it's easy enough. Okay, everyone just hit him with something. Don't worry about it. Just go crazy. Where'd he go? There he is. Come back. Oh, come back. Oh, so close. Wish you would just hold still. Oh, Tally's dead. Got him. Saren. You turned into a frog at the last second. Props, my man. Props. You had mad hops, dog. Mad hops. So I'm not really sure what happened. Possibly Sovereign's was focused on a neural connection to Saren, so our defeat of him made it so that he
Now's our chance.
got disrupted from the network and had a brief moment of vulnerability. It's never really made clear what just happened, but somehow us defeating Saren defeated Sovereign. It's very much a big dramatic tool of like symbolism that, oh, we defeated him here, so it allowed. Oops, sorry, I hit the mic. But it's very much a moment in which, oh, we defeated him here, so now he's vulnerable here, even though it's not really stated why. But this is awesome! Oh, that's great. Just fucking explodes. Oh, that's not good. So you can actually see that one piece of debris fly to the window.
Go!
It's modeled pretty one-to-one. They did a pretty good job.
Captain Anderson, we found them. They're in here.
Take it easy. It's over. You're safe now. Where's the commander?
Oh look, Shepard's fine. Dramatic, just to give Shepard that cool pose on top of the dead Reaper. It's cheesy, you knew she was alive, but it's fine. You did it. Congrats, Shepard. Despite the odds, the many colossi in your way, and your broken heart,
Ambassador,
you saved the world.
Captain,
Galaxy.
Commander Shepard. We have gathered here to recognize the enormous contribution.
And everything's not on fire, yay!
War against Sovereign and the Geth.
Many humans lost their lives in the battle to save the Citadel. Brave and courageous soldiers who willingly gave their lives so that we, the Council, might live.
Other aliens too, not just you three.
And we share your grief over the tragic loss of so many noble men and women.
The Council also owes you a great personal debt, Commander, one we can never repay. You saved not just our
You're welcome.
lives, but the lives of billions from Sovereign and the Reapers.
You're very, very
Commander
welcome.
Shepard, your heroic and selfless actions serve as a symbol of everything humanity and the Alliance stand for.
Here's a medal.
We cannot bring back those valiant soldiers.
Here's 3 more.
To save ours. We can honor their memories through our actions.
Humanity has shown it is ready to stand as a defender and protector of the galaxy. You have proved you are worthy to join.
So, even if you kill them all, or let them die rather,
Counselor,
they still think you're cool, because you did save everybody.
We thank you for this prestigious honor and humbly accept.
We will need a list of potential candidates to fill humanity's seat on the Council.
Given all that has happened, I am sure your recommendation will carry a great deal of weight, Commander. Do you support any particular candidate?
Not really, no. So, let me just say first of all, your choices from this game do get ported over to the second game. This, however, is the one choice that does not. For some reason, there's a flag check at the end of you deciding if the Council lives or not, that it stops checking flags after that. So this flag, it stops checking, and instead what you do at the beginning of Mass Effect 2 is someone reviews to you what happens in the events at the end of the first game, and you say what happened, and then you go from there. Now, you have to pick somebody. So, Udina's a politician, but you know what? Yeah, fuck you.
We need someone with the courage to stand up for what he believes in.
So, note that I'm saying someone like Captain Anderson.
Him?
Someone like him.
Joking. Anderson.
Not saying him, I'm just saying someone like him would be good.
Only with you, Ambassador. Only with you.
Are you sure about this, Commander? The captain's a soldier, not a politician.
Not fucking picking you.
I'd rather have the captain on the council than any politician I know.
I think it's an inspired choice. The Council would welcome him with open arms.
Didn't you say you wanted a list of candidates? Don't we have to have like a democratic process back home? Oh, nope, he's already accepted. We're doing this. Never mind then, fuck me.
It's the beginning of a new era for both humanity.
So it's true.
The Council.
Humanity is going fast up the ranks. But it's not over yet, brother.
Sovereign was only a vanguard. The Reaper fleet is still coming. Hundreds of ships, maybe thousands.
Maybe someday.
I'm gonna find
We don't know
someone
when, but someday maybe. And we got a sequel to set up. Kind of, not really. So I'm gonna leave now.
Shepard's right. Humanity is ready to do its
Where's she
part.
going?
United with the rest of the Council.
Shepard, the ship's the other way.
To overcome any challenge. When the Reapers come, we must stand side by side. We must fight against them as one. And together, we will drive them back into dark space.
You go, Kia David. Ah, the Paragon background. It's a nice background. Kind of clashes with my red suit, but that's okay. You did it. And we did it. Congrats everybody who made it this far with me. We've beaten Mass Effect 1. It's been a year of me recording this crap. Holy cow. This is a pretty cool track. But hang on. Hang on. I'm gonna pump the volume down a little bit on the game. How's that? That's pretty good. All right, let's you and me have a talk, dear audience. You've been watching me for about this is the 26th part now, the last part, play Mass Effect, and going through this retrospective, going through my thoughts on the game. I honestly think it's about past time. I kind of explained. I mean, I've explained it before, but the reason why I picked this game is because it meant a lot to me. And there aren't a lot of games that do story and gameplay mechanics like this, you know? BioWare at the time was one of the few developers that was making this import game-to-game decision-making. This and Dragon Age I fell in love with around the late 2000s, before 2010. And there's a lot of different choices you can make. There's a lot of different ways you can roleplay your character. The reason I get so critical about the series is because it does a lot of things that you don't see anywhere else. Or at the time, you didn't really see anywhere else, to be perfectly honest. And, Jesus Christ, one second. Hold on, this music does not go with anything, but I'll let it play. I'll play for, dude, this stupid music does not match the ending of the game at all. It's as bad as Silent Hill 2 when it does this like heavy metal rock stuff after you beat the game. I gotta stay focused. Let me mute the game on my end so I can stay focused. Cause I put it pretty low on your side of things. Where was I? The finer points of this game. Exploring your humanity with regards to a sci-fi setting. Science fiction has always been about exploring the boundaries of possibility, of humanity, of intellectual thought process and philosophies, clashing against other cultures, confronting them, understanding yourself better against them. And that's really why I like this game. Because it throws so many different species and ways of life and considerations and people and motivations at you. It's easy to get lost in this type of world. It's really easy to get lost in this type of world. And I've said it before on the channel, and I'll say it again. And I think one of the best things fiction can do is allow you the possibility of imagining more by giving you that small little step into something bigger. And for me, Mass Effect did that. Mass Effect did that in a huge way when I first played it. Being on a ship, exploring the galaxy, having, it didn't, when I was younger, so I didn't have the eye for narrative structure or script writing or things like that I have now. But if anything, it allows me just to explore that more. Paragon and Renegade is a pretty broken system. It works, and they improve upon it through each iteration. Andromeda strikes a pretty good balance that it's not about the Paragon or Renegade, it's about the 4 different types of tone and consistency in your dialogue that you want to have. It's not perfect, but I appreciate that they're trying to reinvent the wheel sometimes, not all the time. Sometimes they throw out the kitchen sink with whatever ideas they had. But this type of experience is not one I got pretty often. There's not a lot of sci-fi games I can really play that offer this level of choice, customization, exploration, lore building, and thought process, and tight narrative structure. It's not out there. I mean, there probably is. There's probably some game I'm not thinking of that somebody in the comments is playing, but this game scratches an itch. And I harp on it and I talk about it, and I'm here talking about it because to me, it was important in my formative years. And I'm gonna keep going through it. Mass Effect 2, Mass Effect 3. Eventually, I'm gonna get through them. I'm gonna put them to install on the Xbox One, and I'll get started eventually. Not now, but eventually. And I admire the creators for what they did here. They took so many amazing aspects and just made their own thing and made it work. And they poured a lot of heart and soul into this. You can see it shows. It really does. There's a lot of heart and soul into this. It's clunky, it's jank at the worst of times. The writing isn't great. It's cheesy in a lot of ways. And sometimes Male Shepard's voice actor, I'm sorry, his name. I've been saying his name before and it escapes me for some reason. I know it's Mark. It's downright cheesy. And FemShep, Jennifer Hale can be just as cheesy at times, to be perfectly honest with you. So, like, there's a lot that could be improved upon this game, and there's a lot that was improved in Mass Effect 2 and 3. I wish things had been done differently following 2 and 3. Or rather, following 1 into 2 and 3. But I'm not dissatisfied with the game experience. And ultimately, the decisions you're making in this game come down to how the Paragon and Renegade system work. It's about whether or not how you want to participate in the grander galactic community. Collectivism, idealism, cooperation, or isolation, pragmatism, and a small amount of, I would say realism. I would say realism is the way to go about it. In terms of how you interact with the universe. You know, there's a lot of great unknowns out there, both at home and out there in space, in places we've never been to before. You know, you can look at it realistically and not be naive, or you can try to greet that with a fresh face. And I think both. And when I comment about when this game isn't nuanced enough to give you a specific type of view, I'm talking about it's not nuanced enough to give you that specific type of view. I would like there to be more nuance in upcoming games, and I as much as I don't like Andromeda, I do admire that it's tried. And I do admire that it exists, because it shows that someone somewhere probably still cares about Mass Effect. Whether that's gonna happen after this now, after Andromeda, remains to be seen. I hope that the heart and soul of this game, that you can see in this game, and there's a little bit of it in each Mass Effect game. Andromeda has the least amount of it, because there's so much, there's so little of the original creative team behind it, that I think that's what happened. That they were only familiar with the general feel of how Mass Effect worked, not the specifics of why it worked. Because at the end of the day, Mass Effect is about interfacing with these cultures, dealing with the fantastical, and it's not hard sci-fi. You know, it's not detailed sci-fi. It tries to be, it pretends to be sometimes, but it's not. It's still soft sci-fi. It's more Star Wars than it is Star Trek. But it has moments of Star Trek. It does. It has moments of that philosophical discussion happening in the background, and that you can have outside the game. And ultimately, what I feel like Andromeda lacks is that sense of renegade realism. Not that sense of renegade brutality, but that sense of, we need to try and pretend to be smart. We need to pretend to be intellectual about this. The problem with Andromeda is that it's too much. It presents all these stark and interesting scenarios, but it follows up on none of them. All the interesting subplots in Mass Effect Andromeda aren't all that interesting. And it comes down to the trailer that shows up when you don't press start long enough. Many decisions lie before you, none of them easy. And it's that stark idea that none of them are easy. It's that idea that is Mass Effect. It's this picture of home, of Earth, that is so far, yet so near inside us, that Andromeda fails to capture, because we're too far from home. And even though everyone talks about how far from home they are, they don't talk about what that does to them. They don't talk about the grim realities of their circumstances. For all its comic bookness and all its, cool stuff that deviates from the plot, still has that character motivations. It still has those things. Character motivations, the setting, the lore that is somewhat in place. It still has those things. And 3 cranks those up to 11. And it's why 3 has a lot of good dramatic conclusions, aside from the stuff that it didn't plan out properly. It has a lot of good dramatic conclusions. There's some details here and there that don't work, but it works. It has a lot of faults, but it works. Andromeda, I think, has too many faults.
Setting new course.
And I hope whatever happens to Mass Effect in the future, or any sci-fi game that delivers a similar experience to this, is it doesn't forget to ground itself in that sense of motivation. Because Andromeda's problem isn't the animations. Hell, to a certain extent, it's not even the plot, because you can make it work. It's just that, at the end of the day, it doesn't take itself seriously enough. And that's the worst thing it could do. Mass Effect might be a mess, but it takes itself pretty seriously. I don't think Andromeda does that. I think Andromeda was more looking forward to being a part of the Citadel DLC, presenting a happy face, trying to be the game that everyone wanted to be, and not being a game that was just interesting and engaging. It tried offering too many staples of the modern AAA industry and not enough of what I think fans came to expect. Not that I don't want new fans to come and appreciate this for what it is, but that's just the thing. I want them to appreciate it for what it is, not how it caters to everything else that it's not. But I think that about does it. I think I've said just about all there needs to be said from my end of things. This was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun. I hope you did too. You know, and if you never played Mass Effect, pick it up. Pick it up. Give it a shot. See how you like it. Make different decisions than I did. Go Renegade. Go Paragon. Romance different people. Try male and female Shepard. The only difference is really the voice acting and the romance options. So you're not missing out on too much if you decide not to. And when I get the chance, I'm going to move on to Mass Effect 2 and import all these decisions to continue this conversation about this franchise, about its writing, about its direction, about its world. Because I think ultimately that's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about the world more and the galaxy and how you can put these types of settings and narratives and plots and characters, not just in this setting, but how they apply everywhere else. And I think that's why Mass Effect's a pretty good franchise. It's just because it feels like it still applies after all this time. Yeah, not that it's timeless, but it's got some pretty good qualities that I think could be learned from in certain areas. And despite its flaws, I still believe that. So, I've rambled enough about this game, for now, at least. Thank you all for being a part of this experience with me, and for being a part of the first retrospective that I've completely finished. I'll see you guys next time. And you know what? You don't have to subscribe. You don't have to like. If you do, that'd be great. I appreciate you getting this far regardless. And here's to whatever Helpful Stuff's going to do next. Because at the end of the day, we're doing this because we like having fun. And we like learning things. And we like sharing those things with you. So here's to sharing a lot more. And if you got anything to share with us, please be cool about it. Alright. One last goodbye. Goodbye, everybody.